Nick's from the future just wanted to record a little bit to give some spoiler warnings for the following games: Death Stranding, Resident Evil 7, and Resident Evil Village. Alright, with that being said, let's hop into it.
Alright, guys, welcome into the Clocked Out podcast. Here with the boys again, just hanging out. Um, just back at it again. Just going to talk about some changes maybe in gaming that we've seen, some things that we've got gripes with or problems with, or maybe it's things that are good. But Nick's brought this to the table, so I'll let him start off, kind of what he sees and what he wants to talk about.
Okay, so guess I'm going to start things off a little bit because the most obvious change that I've seen, because I'll admit I've been playing games since the early 2000s, late 90s, ever since I was 3 years old. So I've seen the change from like, oh hey, there's the big RPG era for like the SNES, Super Famicom, to move into 3D graphics like with Super Mario 64, and where it seemed like that at the time, games were like, sure, they might not have been the biggest, but they were very well polished, very well made. We couldn't get an update because when something messed up, and things seem to have a bit more passion. When now it's like I was talking a little bit about before we all hopped on to here, the move to every game having to be an open world just for the sake of it. It's the biggest map ever. There's not really a purpose or point to it. It's just, oh, you go here, you pick up this rock, clear this encampment, and then you go to the next one. And that's just one of the big changes I've seen that I don't think is exactly. It was beneficial and it was cool for a while, but now it seems like everyone's trying to do it, and it just seems like checking a box that's just all that they need to do. I guess.
Well, I feel like there's games that did it right. I mean, like the Fallout games come to like I think the Fallout games are strong in that aspect.
Right.
But
Yeah, but that's like their game.
but
So
there's I mean my specific instance that I thought of when you mentioned this is the my what I would say the fall of the Assassin's Creed games. I mean, the maps have become so expansive, and it's just I mean it's like you said, they've expanded this RPG where Assassin's Creed was, I mean, a very lineal game. I mean, you were put into a city, but I mean, it was a very get get assigned to kill, get the info you need, and go kill somebody. Now there's 30 special animals to kill in the world, and there's 50,000. There's 50 of these Templars that are spread out through the like on paper it sounds good, like well yeah it's this expansive game, but I mean it just gets repetitive, and then I mean just traveling so some of the places you're just like just walking forever sometimes you're just like this is just too much.
Oh, because I'm gonna say, speaking on that, because I've got all the achievements in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and that was my
That's the first
collection.
one that really was like,
Yeah.
I mean I think they started with Origins.
Mhm.
That's really when you were like, oh shit, this is what the game is going to become. And then Odyssey, they were like, yeah, let's just make it 30 islands you can go to and 50,000 places you got to explore. And
'Cause again, it
so,
feels like they're doing a checklist. Because I remember when I think it was Assassin's Creed 2 or Brotherhood, the one where you had to collect all the feathers or whatever, and I remember everybody hated it, but there was only like 100 feathers in a
mhm.
more condensed area. Granted, I know there are multiple maps in Assassin's Creed 2, but it was still, it seemed a lot more manageable to now. It's like, oh, you got to collect 100 of this, 150 of that. You got to go here. You got to go over there. Oh, you got to find, because like I said, I got all the achievements in Odyssey, but that was years ago. So it's just trying to remember what all there was, and it wasn't very memorable when a game like you mentioned before, Fallout, and like I said, I've been playing through the Oblivion, like I played through the Oblivion remaster, got all the achievements in that one too. The like those games were made for the purpose of, hey, explore this area,
Yeah,
look around, find things. It seemed like it was the purpose of the game and not what was added onto it. Just as
yeah,
like, oh yeah,
yeah.
we need that.
It was like they were just like because we can, let's do it. It wasn't like this is what we set out to do.
Right.
Because I mean, even all games even started going towards that, like even to some scale. Like I've talked about the
Mario
Gears
Kart.
games. Well, Mario
Mario
Kart
Kart.
just did that. He's not wrong. I mean, they added free
It
roam.
did. It's,
So I
Threw
mean,
that out of nowhere.
you're not wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody you would have never thought in a million worlds a Mario
Kart's gonna
Kart
be the
game.
next GTA, by the way.
Hey,
I
Maybe
wouldn't be
walk around with
surprised.
Yoshi.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that to do that. Yeah, you can just get out of the vehicles and
Yeah.
the moment
It
I
stops
see
being
Yoshi
Mario
Watt, I
Kart.
walk of a blue shell.
Mario Kart the Avenger, and it's just you walking around.
Yeah. It's almost like the game Driver came out on the PlayStation 1.
yeah, the game was hard as
First one-
shit. That game was hard as
Yeah.
shit too.
Oh yeah, the very first
Never
level.
played it.
Yeah, there's just the driving test thing you got to do at the beginning. Shit's hard.
Yeah, first one couldn't get out of the car. Second one, they let you get out of the car and get into other cars.
Heck yeah.
Maybe I didn't play.
I didn't play it.
I thought it was. Hold on, I gotta look this
I
up.
remember playing the first driver a lot, but I remember Uncle Ernest having to beat the driving test just for me to be able to play the game.
Yep, that's exactly what. Yep, that is exactly what happened.
And then
I
it
had
was
my
just
dad
it was
beat
I
the
never
first
did
game.
I never did what the game. It was a cool car game, drive around. I didn't know.
Cool car game, drive around.
I mean that was the name of the game, Driver.
Yeah, I mean, because you could like do burnouts and all kinds of shit. And
I like that game Baja or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
oh, like
I was
the
talking
rally trucks.
We literally just drove around. Open world.
Well, that was
doing
well,
a
that
whole
I
lot
mean,
of nothing.
open world games that were fun, the MX ATV, Unleashed games and stuff like that. Like,
Doing a whole
those-
lot of nothing but driving around.
yeah, those games were fun as hell though.
I think it was fun whenever it first came out,
Yeah,
and now it just turns into
I would never. Yeah, I could never see myself ever now be like, man, I want to go play MX versus ATV right now.
I'm going back and playing old PS.
Other than for the nostalgia factor of it,
Dude, I want to play Little Big Planet.
Hold on.
I've been trying to find it. I can't find Little Big Planet. I want to play it so bad.
I
that's
thought they shut the servers down for that.
I still want to play it.
it's one of the new games on PlayStation I do want to try out, and I hope it comes to PC soon. It's the Astro Boy or Astro Bot or whatever it was called. That game
Yeah.
looked fun.
Yeah, that one.
It reminded me a lot of Little Big Planet.
Cause they didn't it win Game of the Year last year?
I think so.
I can see that.
Oh,
It gave me kind of a Mario vibe.
Yeah, I mean it's
Great
3D
stuff.
3D platformer, but
Yeah.
I never played Little Big Planet.
it was fun. It
I
was
mean also
goofy and
I
fun.
mean speaking of going from the change from going from what was the last Mario game, I guess Super Mario World or I guess Yoshi Island. Then you went to Mario 64 and you were like, oh, I can just go wherever.
hmm
It's just not a lineal pick the next level, you know.
And I think games like that, I guess we need more things like that that are a bit more mainstream, where it is like, hey, it is an open world in a way, but there's still like, it seems more tightly knit, like tightly made. Like what was the Metro game? Like Metro Exodus, the newest one, I think,
Yes.
where you had you were doing the story, but you had each level was a pretty concise, like was a pretty decent
Yes.
sized map, but it still let you know like, hey, this is where you can just go straight on to the
Mhm.
next story beat if you wanted to. But hey, it's probably a good idea to go around and look for supplies and collect things. Which, as much as I just made a comment about not wanting to collect as many things, I don't want to collect things that seem purposeless or have no reason to.
Well, it's like what I was going to bring up about Gears of War and I forgot was like even in 5 they added the sand part where you had to like drive around. Like there wasn't a reason for that. Where you had to drive around to the different locations and stuff. Like just plop me down in the next part of the level. You know, I'm okay with a fade to black cutscene. Put me there. Next part of the game. I don't need to go around and explore it myself.
We need a time skip.
Yeah, that was an issue I had with Borderlands 3. Like gameplay was great, and I liked it when things were like concise, but just the amount of just, oh hey,
Back and
drive here,
forth.
go there, drive over here, no, drive back there. And I know that 1 and 2 did have like driving and were open, but they were also, again, it things were close enough together where it didn't seem like, oh, I'm just driving through whatever and just for the sake of padding out the gameplay.
It's like the end of Death Stranding when you get all the way across America and they're like, well, how about you have to walk all the way back now? You're like, what? Are you fucking serious? Speaking of,
Okay,
I'm
you
watching
do
I'm
this
watching
and
the start of
me.
Death Stranding 2 that Jack's playing, and it looks awesome. I never thought that would
Yeah.
be a game that I enjoyed, but I did. I do enjoy that game.
I was say, did you play Death Stranding 1?
I finally got the chance to, yeah,
Okay.
a little bit.
Because I know it just came out on Xbox, and like I know that a lot of people talk about how good it is, but I don't know.
I mean, it is Delivery Man Simulator. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, that's literally what it is. But
That's just no.
and talk about a complicated story, Jesus Christ. But it's Kojima for you.
Yeah, I'm about to say Hideo Kojima made the game, and
Yeah, I mean,
Metal Gear
yeah.
Solid.
Try to explain Metal Gear's lore. Jesus Christ, you can't.
Yeah.
It's so
Ugh.
like somebody's the big boss, but he's not. The big boss is dead, but now he's Snake Eater. Now he's what? But he looks like the same person.
But they used his DNA for something and made clones, but
Yeah, like it's all over the place.
only one clone is actually not a clone. It is him using his DNA, but it's not a clone. I don't know. It's a huge.
Resident Evil's going back to playing with the other characters again. So
I'm glad they're going back to being able to do third person perspective.
I like the older Resident Evils than the newer ones. I don't like
Oh,
the other characters.
I loved Village.
I didn't like
I
the
didn't
other
care for
characters that much.
7. I didn't care for 7 as much, but
I don't
I
like
liked
they just kicked
Village.
me in the face. You're dead the whole time. Like really? Come on.
Yeah,
I
I
like
mean
that.
it was kind of a shitty way to describe it, but I mean also you're like, oh, it was
Yeah, like I
one
literally
of those
just
ones where it was a you find out it was the dream scenario, but also it was
yeah,
done better.
I just started liking that guy, and then he's
I
just
guess
like,
Well, I mean,
nah.
you had to kind of put it together when everything he went through, and he would just be like, "Yeah, let's pour some juice on it, and
Yeah,
I'll be all
pour
right."
some. Yeah,
just
put
pour
this
some
on my
juice in you,
arm
okay?
and arm sticks back together. Like okay.
Get to the end of the was the one after the one in the house village. Is that the one we're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. Yeah, at the end of that one, you were a fungus the whole
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
yeah.
you're just a
What?
fungus.
You were just
Huh?
molded.
What do you mean I'm mold? You're mold. Pretty sure mold can't shoot a gun.
So I felt really uneasy every time I walked down the bleach aisle.
You ever look down at your arm and it's just green? Like what?
I was wearing some cheap jewelry at first.
Well, whoever made Village had a mutilation fetish, anyways, because that poor guy's hand got devastated so many times. He literally put hooks through it, and then he had to get himself off, had to pull the hook through the middle of his hand, like if you did like the Spock thing. He pulled the
Yeah.
hook through the middle of his fucking fingers right there. Then, literally, hand on a switch about to pull it, and she just cuts your whole damn arm off, and you're like,
And his response is just pick it back up. Alright, we'll fix this later.
I love how hyped that was the main hyped character, and she's in the game for like the first hour.
Yeah.
But I mean,
So
good
much-
for that. Good for that actor, because she'll forever be immortalized.
That goes. I'll say just you know why they did that, right?
Well, I mean, I know. I mean, the
Yeah.
marketing was genius. Don't get me wrong. I didn't say it's.
Oh yeah.
But-
Oh yeah. Well, I will say yeah, marketing was genius. Because they did.
They knew exactly who they were playing. Who their demographic was. I would say.
Right. 'Cause I was like, when did? I do have a point for bringing this up. When did Overwatch come out? Like OG Overwatch, like 2015.
2015.
Yeah.
I think it's 15.
I think it's 2015.
Yeah, because that was.
Pretty sure it's 2015.
Yeah, because that was. I'm gonna say I think that was one of the starts of the. Yeah, let's have certain characters in there that are. That appeal to a
Mhm.
general demographic. Is what I'm gonna say.
Was released in 2015. It was released worldwide for PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One in 2016.
Okay.
What was
Oh,
it?
that was
Was it? Did it originally just come out on PC?
The beta?
Yeah.
Not sure.
Well, I mean, you could also. Well, it was probably before that, but I mean, that might have been the start of the downfall of what I always say, the casual gamer.
It was PC only,
Yeah.
but we'll have plans to include console players in future betas.
That's why.
Oh, this
Any-
is Overwatch 2. Fuck.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
crazy.
any game you play that's competitive of any sort. Like, if I download it today, played it and have fun, I'm probably not going to have fun tomorrow because people have been playing it for 72 hours within a 24-hour
Yeah.
period somehow, and know every
Soon as you get out of
cheat,
the game.
every fucking
Everyone else has been playing
strat.
forever.
Like, there'll be 30 TikTok videos already uploaded about. Did you know this cool strat? This new
That's why I
technique?
need them to make more solo games so I can just have fun.
Yes. Like,
Yeah, that's why
or just more.
Doom
Sorry.
was a nice change of pace for a while. Finally
That's
beat
why I
that as well.
Was it good?
I liked it a lot.
That's good. That's what I liked about the Oblivion remaster was, even though it was a remaster, it was still single player game. You could just have fun in. Although I do hate now with any game that comes out, you have to avoid social media like the plague because if you
He gets spoiled
Second you open-
immediately.
Mm-hmm.
the second you open it up, did you know about this cool secret or
Yeah.
did you know about this cool trick?
It's like, now I do.
My least favorite are
Uh-huh.
like when you're like 2 to 4 hours into the game, and then you find the. Did you know you could got this super OP weapon or super OP armor like
Not to start.
2 minutes into the game? And I'm like, God damn it!
I was like, I wish they would like put a spoiler alert before the thing, but no. I mean, like I get them posting the video. I mean, like that's their content.
Yeah.
But like, tell me that you're gonna say something that I don't want to hear right now. Same with movies, bro. Like, that's why I don't go on TikTok no more when I want to see a new movie.
Well,
that
you
just
can't even
came
watch
out.
the trailers
all
for
over.
most of the movies.
Yeah.
Like if you watch the trailer, you watch the movie half the
Yeah,
time.
no. Bro, and I don't like the thing in Fantastic, the new one, dude. He looks like he's on crack.
You got that mushroom head.
I think he looks better now
Thing,
when they
bro,
first
I don't.
Oh.
revealed him. When they first revealed him, I thought he
like
looked
the
bad.
big one. I like the big boy that towers
Yeah,
over
I
everybody.
do think he should be bigger. I agree. I mean, if we're supposed to believe he's as strong as Hulk, he doesn't. Which,
Yeah, about the same
I mean,
size,
they
but-
made the Hulk look like a bitch too now. So who
Yeah.
cares?
Apparently they're reverting Hulk. That's what I heard.
That's what they're gonna try to do, but
Yeah, I heard
don't
they're
think
reverting him back to angry.
I don't think it's gonna work.
Angrier he gets,
Or
the
if
stronger
it's
he
not
is.
gonna, it's gonna be a dumb way
Yeah.
they do it.
But I don't know what they're gonna do with it. But I hope they do something good because I'm getting a little upset.
Old science experiment.
Pretty much.
Like, because I want my movies to be good.
Yeah, I don't know
I
how
love
else you
those
go
movies.
about changing him back without it being
I
accidental.
think it's something like not like changing him back, but like a different. I don't know how they're doing. It's like a different version that.
Probably
It's not like,
something to do with what they showed in the new Captain America, or how they altered him into becoming the Red Hulk. It'll
yeah.
probably have something to do with that.
But I think that Captain America, like the newer one, I don't know if y'all watched it,
I did
but
get to
I mean,
watch it.
obviously you already saw the trailer because the trailer shows it. The Captain America suit is sick as fuck. I ain't gonna lie. I
Yeah,
love the way it looked.
I do too.
But the way they showed Red Hulk, it was just you see him for like a second and then the movie's over.
Yeah, I do think I wish he would have transformed earlier in
Way
the.
sooner.
Yeah.
Like on the thing, like I don't know.
Yeah, like if he transformed in on the ship in that one scene, that would
Yeah,
have been it.
that's
That
what
would
I'm
have made
saying.
it so more,
So much
more.
better.
But
But he just didn't.
yeah,
I,
So speaking of movies, have y'all seen the trailers for that Megan 2.0?
I don't like those type of movies, bro. I
Uh,
avoid them like the plague.
well, it's like they marketed the first one as like a horror movie. This one just seems like it's
Yes.
like an action movie.
Oh,
Yes,
well,
that is my issue with it, is because I saw the first one. I thought it was a horror one. Now there's this one. It's like
Yeah, like they're just
it's
using her to fight the new AI, and it's just gonna be like a sci-fi action movie, not a horror movie anymore.
I was like,
I
I
mean,
avoid those movies like the plague because I hate like possession and doll movies. I hate them.
don't worry. The doll's not possessed. It's just an overprotective AI.
I was about to say, it's just programming.
So now that I think about it, that's
Well, I'm gonna pour
kind
water
of.
on it.
Now that I think about it, isn't that essentially what the Terminator movies did? The
It's
first one
literally
was like a horror movie, and then the second one was an action movie.
Yeah, kind of.
I mean, yeah, the first Terminator was kind of.
The first Terminator could just not exist,
Yeah, it's just.
and the third one could not exist. Oh, actually, any of them. Just two just needs to be the only one.
Just Terminator 2, the first one.
Honestly.
I don't actually remember any of the Terminators, to be honest with you. All I
I,
can remember is you've been.
I remember the Terminator
then
3 more
Bond.
because it came out.
I remember Terminator and Mortal Kombat.
Right.
Yeah. I remember watching the first Terminator movies, or like the last half of it, like 5 times, because it was always on TV. It's like, oh, I can't wait to watch this, and it would be because it would always be like the last half of Terminator, and I forgot what channel it was, and then right after that would be another Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, and it was like the one where he's a spy or something, but his wife thinks that he's just like a boring whatever, and he tricks her into thinking that she has to do something for like the spy network or whatever, and she just thinks he's being romantic, but she's like, what do you mean you're actually a spy?
I don't know if I've seen that
I'm
one.
trying to... Yeah, I just remember that there's a scene where he rides a horse through a hotel.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Every time I think I've seen every Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, somebody mentions something like that, and I'm like, I definitely have not.
I heard Tom ride a horse through the thing, but. And another thing that I don't like about what's going on right now is like Black Adam, the movie with The Rock.
Yeah.
Pretty sure there's not going to be another one because Black Adam's the bad guy and he's supposed to lose, and Rock has a contract that makes him where he can't lose.
Yeah. That is something I do not like about The Rock. It's just, I don't know.
That's why I love John Cena. He doesn't care to look like an idiot.
That's true. Um, but I think DC is fucked. Period. I don't think this new Superman movie is gonna save them.
No.
So I don't know where they go from there. Cause
They're coming out with another Superman movie?
yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's about to
we'll
come
talk
out
about it
soon.
another
It's about to
time.
come out soon.
Oh, we did? I have
Yeah,
dementia, I'm
'cause-
sorry.
Oh no. But it was yeah, because Biggs mentioned something about like it having Crypto the Super Dog, and I've seen ads for the movie, but I still haven't seen any of them involving the dog.
I guess that's the trailer they use in the theaters. Cause he's like, Superman is just like in a fucking ice field, passed out somewhere, and fucking Crypto just grabs him by his like clothes and drags him somewhere.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of those. I've just seen him just like doing Superman shit.
I recently just I just saw a trailer that he goes into Lex Luthor's office and absolutely is destroying it. He's like, "Where's the dog?"
DC really watched John Wick and said, "Let's do that, but with Superman."
I am kind of excited to see what this Clayface horror movie they're making is going to be like. You heard about that?
No, I didn't know they were making a Clayface movie.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. It's supposed to be like somehow they're making it into a horror movie.
I see the.
I'm
Could be
curious how that's gonna
But
work.
they made the Joker a musical, so who the fuck knows?
That's yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Is this gonna be animated or is this gonna be live?
No, it's live action.
Oh,
I heard the first Joker movie was pretty good.
I also heard that.
Yeah,
I haven't watched it.
Me neither.
that is one movie I had watched and I enjoyed it.
It was like the new Batman movie with Robert Pattinson. Like, it was okay. I couldn't tell you one detail about that movie right now, other
Just
than the
rewatched it, you
Robert
liked it.
Pattinson was Batman.
He's Batman.
Yeah,
Wasn't they making a new one of that? Like I don't remember.
I think they're going. I think that's the next step after they're introducing the Superman.
Yeah, it's like the Batman 2 or something with Robert Pattinson. Like they just gave up on names. They just the Batman.
Yeah, they don't.
Like in the Minecraft movie, like that, people were criticizing that, but I think it's pretty damn good. It's hilarious.
Well, yeah, people are just too critical. They don't just
But they're
enjoy.
saying like they were like it's the Minecraft movie, but no, it's a Minecraft movie. Like it's a world of Minecraft,
Right.
but not like the story of Minecraft.
Yeah. Well, you know, everyone thinks that everything has to be canon and everything's part of the lore.
But no,
It has to be perfect and fits in concisely. We're not allowed to have fun things anymore.
funny?
It's
No.
It's exactly what's happening with Disney, where they're making all these live action remakes where you make it exactly the same. Well, why the fuck do y'all do that? It's just the same movie. You make it
They
different,
make it not
then
the same. What the
what the fuck? Why is it not like the animated? So
dude? Like
I don't
this
know.
movie's bad. It's not like
'Cause,
the original.
like,
Makes
the thing I've been hearing
Bro, why
about
is
How
it
to
just
Train
the original?
the thing I've been hearing about How to Train Your Dragon is like they stayed pretty close to exact like remake, and everyone's like, well, it's just the same. It's like, well, that's what you wanted, wasn't it?
That is the
And
live
then
action.
everyone hated Lilo and Stitch for the reasons they changed it. So
Yeah.
I agree with them because they were dumb, but
Yeah, because
I'd rather them hate it for it being spot on than them hating it for being changed.
I think
Like,
that's
'cause,
what
like,
they
if it's changed-
realized.
That's annoying.
I mean, the only benefit I see out of these is it's just you're getting a new audience exposed to it. Really.
Yeah.
I thought the big reason they do it is to extend their copyright of it.
Well, that makes sense too.
Because my I'll say my biggest issue with like the live action remakes is the I like the animation style, like using Lilo and Stitch for an example. That 2D animated style, awesome. I know it took so long for people to do, and that's why they moved to the computer animated things because it's easier.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I miss that style of 2D animation.
Yeah, I don't understand why they have to live action like everything, but just to give someone another job, make someone
Yep.
money.
Like with the way AI is going now, they'll be able to just AI a person to do it.
That's what I hear they're gonna be doing with what is it? Car commercials. How like they had all those people. We debadged this car. Can you guess what it is? It's a Chevy. It's a Ford. And I heard somewhere that you can just AI people into it now instead of actually hiring actors.
Oh, something on Disney Plus. There's a animated little series, like mini series called Win or Lose. I highly recommend it. It's one of the best Pixar things I've seen in a long time.
So what's it about?
So basically, it's and it's like the retelling of the same story over and over again, but it's through like a different kid or different person's perspective through that like time frame.
Oh yeah.
It's really good.
I think I remember hearing a little bit about it. Granted, the only thing I heard about was people complaining about things. Because you can't
Yeah.
go online and hear good things about stuff
Yeah.
now.
Nobody's positive.
We say we're all being negative about everything.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But it's our podcast. We can do what the fuck we want.
That's true. Kind of like how, what I think, Evan, you said with the Minecraft movie being, or a Minecraft movie being good, fun time.
Yeah.
It's like how, I was actually talking to Biggs about this yesterday. There's a Doom movie Biggs said he really liked, and I think like the critic scores of it are really low. Because then another movie like that I used to like a lot as a kid, Master of Disguise. Highly recommend the movie. It is dumb as all get out, but the critic scores of that are like the ratings is just abysmal.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me.
Half the ratings for, like,
Every time I see, I hear people are like, "It's Rotten Tomato score is this." I'm like, I don't care.
I make the score.
I say there's several low Rotten Tomato score movies that I probably love.
Oh my god.
Did you say the
Master
Yeah.
Master of
It came out
Disguise.
2002?
Not turtly enough for the Turtle Club.
It
Yep.
has a Rotten Tomatoes score of 1%.
Exactly.
That is...
That's amazing.
And it's good?
It's fun. That's what I'm gonna say. It's
It-
fun.
It's dated
like,
for
see-
it's dated for now.
See,
To be
I
honest.
watch a movie called Zombie Beavers. All right, let me tell you.
Wow, let's go on this one.
Like the movie itself, right? It looks awful, but it's hilarious.
That's what I meant to
Fucking
say.
animatronic beavers.
Yeah, it's
why I
like
love-
animatronic fake beavers.
That's why I love Napoleon Dynamite, because it was just so stupid. It was hilarious.
It was good. Yeah. It's like Zombie Beavers. Like we sat there and made fun of it, and we watched it like 10, 20 times.
It's like, what was that? What was that movie about the tire that like exploded people's minds?
Rubber?
Rubber. That was it.
I never watched it, but I've always heard stuff about it.
Rubber's great.
So stupid, but it's funny.
It's so dumb. It's just a tire rolling down the road, killing things.
Are we gonna have to make that our next movie night? Is Rubber?
Rubber. We'll
If,
watch it.
if it's on YouTube, we definitely should.
Dude,
It has a Rotten Tomato score of 67.
I was like, I got like every
Wow.
streaming service. I'll find it somewhere.
Master of Disguise has a 1%. I also looked up the movie Teeth.
Oh no.
Yeah, that one is considered horror comedy and has a Rotten Tomato score of 81%.
Yeah, because I think
For some
everyone
reason I like
realized
that movie.
that what it was that it was funny
I
because
heard a lot of people
bad.
like that movie, and it's stupid.
Oh no.
That's one I will not say any good things about. I didn't like it at all.
I think I got to the point where there were kids in the
I-
kiddie pool and then blood, and then I stopped after that.
I
I
mean,
just found I just found a review for Teeth on here, and it's this first part of this is sent me. This movie was super good. My favorite part was when my wife turned to me and said, "Honey, I don't think we should be together anymore. I filed for divorce, and I just need you to sign the papers. I already talked to the kids, and they said they want to stay with me." That scene really sent shivers down my spine. It was so scary that at midnight for the past 11 years, I lie awake in cold single-bedroom apartment and cry to myself. This is a bit of a spoiler, but don't worry. You find out in the trailers pretty early. Spoiler warning. Near the end, my wife finds a guy that she says makes her happier than I ever could, and that she regrets marrying me and having 3 kids. I bet even my kids call him Dad. They haven't answered my calls in 2 years. She told all of her family and mine nothing but lies about me. Now isn't that great? None of my friends speak to me anymore. Those that do only do so out of pure sympathy. In conclusion, this movie was really good, even though I really did nothing wrong. I guess the lessons I learned is that no matter what, people are gonna blame you and say you were nothing but 11 years of pure mistake behind your. Like I hope everyone has a great experience as I did with this movie. Rate 11 out of 10.
Jesus
That-
Christ,
So,
that went all over the
3.5
place.
for a fucking review.
For the movie Teeth. It was
For a
the first
movie
one on
where,
there.
gynecologist puts his fingers in her and it bites him off. Ah.
You sound better than the fucking movie.
I mean, he turns and it's like squirting like a squirt gun. And he's like, ah!
Yeah, that's a problem.
I don't think you're
What was
supposed
And
to
the
then
actual
start
lore of
they-
this movie? She
and
had like
then
some kind of ancient.
They had to do the close-up shot of his bit-off dick. I was like, why?
I'm sorry.
I didn't need to see that.
It's just like piranhas, dude. When it literally showed it floating in the water. Like,
Oh.
why?
Speaking of, apparently, the 28 years later that just come out, apparently there's a guy in there who's got a big old dong hanging out.
I was wanting to see that movie too. Damn it.
Just so you
Wait,
know,
what?
be prepared. Apparently there's a scene where one of the, like, the alpha zombie dudes got his dong out, and apparently it's massive.
There's a reason why
Like
he's
the
the
alpha.
alpha.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the tomato scale on this dude's ween?
The tomato skin.
100%.
For what, and unfortunately, I've heard it's a prosthetic, so.
So they went out of their way and say, "Hey,
Exactly.
we need to make a penis
Yes.
purely to show it in this film."
Yes, we need to
Yep.
make a fucking long dick prosthetic to put on this guy.
Need to put a Moby Huge on this 5'4" white man.
You know, that explains because I've been seeing memes about that movie, and that was one of them. And it's just like the guy looking up, looking scared, it's like the audience every time so and so's on screen.
Yeah, because apparently he got his dick out. Because I didn't know about it, but there's these two podcasters podcasters I watch on TikTok sometimes, and they pop up and they're like, "So we got to talk about it, huh?" I'm like, yeah. He's like, we just went and saw 28 years later about that dick. It's like, yeah,
Yep. We'd have to talk about that, huh?
it was there.
Uh-huh.
I've never seen those the other movies of that, so I have no idea if that series is any good. I mean, obviously it's popular to some people.
I know they made quite a. I think Isn't the 28 Days Later like is it based off of a book or something?
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. But
Speaking of zombies, why in the world was there that period of time in games where everything involved zombies?
that was just the thing.
Okay. But I didn't know like what made that so popular other than, you beat Call of Duty World at War campaign, you think you beat the game, yeah, you watch the credits, the next
Well,
thing you know you're in a whole other
Bro,
map and then
the
I can
first
you
Call of
guarantee
just
you,
hopped
Duty,
on it.
you had to
The
beat the
Walking
campaign
Dead,
to get zombies.
The Walking Dead started, I think, the resurgence of a lot of that. I think the show, because then you got like The Last of Us and World War Z.
The Walking Dead start the show because I know they
2011, 2012 maybe, I think.
it's telling me when did the Walking Dead virus start. Like I don't want that. I want the show.
What you doing, son?
It started in 2010, October 31st,
Okay,
and then
that's a little early. I was close. I remember watching it through high school, like on when it was actually still on TV. You had to wait till every Sunday to watch the shit.
Call of Duty World at War started or was released in 2008.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying what
Right.
continued the surgence of them is I think that.
Right. Yeah. Because that was about the time, like 2011, 2012 was whenever Dead Island came out.
Mm-hmm. And The Last of Us was after that too. The first one.
Like I know zombie media has been around for a while, but it's just 'cause it was big in like 70s and 80s. Then it died down for a bit, then popped back up 20 years later. I'm
Yeah.
kind of curious if, 2035 or 2040 or whatever, we're gonna get another resurgence of zombies in a way. But I will say, a lot of those zombie games, they seem like they were made purely at first to just for fun.
Yeah.
So World at War Zombies made you where you had to beat the campaign just to even play their zombies.
I
Which is
mean, World at War campaign probably one of the best Call of Duty campaigns anyway.
Yeah.
I know, but they forced you to play it even if you wanted to play zombies. They unlock zombies if you beat the campaign. There's also Easter eggs in there that like show like Nazi zombie doors, and you can hear zombies
Yeah.
in the campaign.
Well, and I think that was. I mean, that was, obviously that was their first test, so they didn't know it was going to take off like
Yeah.
it did. That was why the subsequent games they were just like, yeah, it's just a whole other mode. You can just play that because people just wanted to play that.
I still don't know why they haven't made a game that was just zombies, because I know in one of them it was, oh hey, you got your zombies, but it's just the story mode with zombies.
Yeah,
That was Black Ops 3, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah. There's a whole zombie story mode, and there's a whole campaign without zombies. There's a whole robot story mode for some reason.
Yeah. And it was co-op, too.
Yeah,
And there was the mystery box in story mode. You
yeah.
didn't,
That
so you
was
could go hit
that
it.
was great. You just walk up and randomize it anytime you want.
Yeah. I think that actually fucking slapped. It was fun as hell.
I think they were just throwing something out there. To be honest with you.
They should have kept it up. I kind of enjoyed it. The like the customization and shit that you could have done with like Black Ops 2 starting out, creating your classes before you go into the missions or like the mystery box or zombies in campaign, like randomizing things, make it a little bit spicy.
I like the Black Ops 3 like zombies that because you can put your like camos and attachments on it, and it was still round based. Now they made it where it wasn't round based, and then the newer ones are back to round based. Like make up your mind, bro.
Mm.
Talking about Vanguard, whenever
And
they
with the
stopped.
free roam shit that we were talking about, the fucking zombies, a full map. You gotta run across the whole globe, doing all these stupid challenges that are dumb.
Just zombie free mode where you just
Or Yeah, it was. The
Lots of
zombie free
open
mode.
area.
Just a whole map, the whole Verdansk map, whole Warzone map.
Oh, I forgot they did that.
Yeah, I know,
Oh yeah.
because it was that bad. I wish I could forget it, but it's like screwed in my memory because it made me so angry.
What was that? Which COD was that?
The
I
newer
remember
ones?
I remember Outbreak from Cold War, but I don't remember the whole Verdansk Zombies map.
No, it was like, yeah, it was a whole like open map and Cold War and stuff. All of those were like open world, non-round based things. Except for there
Yeah.
was one that was literally Verdansk. I don't remember what it's called, but it was the Warzone map. Because Eric and them played it all the time. And they were
Was
like, you
that
should play it.
so was that the one I played with y'all like once whenever
Yeah,
that Call of Duty
probably.
was on like free
It was
play
on
days
free
or
to
whatever?
play. Yeah.
Yeah. I downloaded it, I played it that one time and then I didn't play it again. It's like I don't want to get this game.
Yeah, because that zombies was just awful.
It was like that. It was like that Siege thing they made. That was terrible.
The zombies.
Yeah,
Siege.
yeah.
Yeah, that they did in fact not cook. That shit was burnt.
No,
They
it was,
take that shit out of the
Yeah.
oven.
terrible.
I'm glad they made it into its own separate game and didn't continue like to shove it into the main Siege game.
Yeah,
Let it
I'm glad you are. I bet you
die
are.
off separately. Please.
I saw that and I was like, oh sweet. It could be a single person thing with Siege. I don't want to play actual Siege, I just want to do stuff on my own. I just think some of that stuff is neat. I don't think I touched it after,
Yeah.
after I
think I-
downloaded it.
I think Eric got me to play it once, and I was like, yeah, I'm never playing that again.
Yeah.
It's a good mix up for like a week and then you forget about it.
Yeah.
I think it just did not have much to offer.
Yeah, I think that's all stupid.
The new Killing Floor come out yet?
Not yet. It's coming out. When is it? September? Looking it up.
Ooh, July.
Oh wait.
Ayo.
Release date July 24th. Next month here. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if it'll be cross-platform, or am I
Probably
gonna have
not.
to... Dang it! So I'm gonna have to actually buy it on PC.
I mean, I might be talking out of turn, but I just feel like it won't be.
If it comes on Game Pass, you'll still be able to get your achievements too.
Even better.
Oh, achievement hunter out here.
Yeah,
Achievement
I
hunt.
do that
Listen,
one
He's trying to
thing
get
a lot.
platinum.
Let's just let me have my thing. I like getting achievements.
Hey,
I like to prove that I know the games I'm talking about,
you do
and
you,
I
bubba.
can say, even though that means I end up getting achievements in games I hate, like Cyberpunk 2077. I'm sorry,
What's the
I
third
do not.
achievement in that game?
What's the what?
You know all the achievements. What's the third one?
Oh, I never said I knew them. I said I got them all.
You go back and get them again. Double down.
No.
You don't have to, and if you're gonna apologize to somebody you saying you hate that game, you don't have to, because I don't care for it either.
Okay, because
I
a
know
lot of
Hunter
people
loved
talk
it,
about-
but he can be alone.
yeah, I know a lot of people talked about how great it was when it first came out, and how it's like, oh, it's not that bad buggy wise. I played it on new gen hardware, and it just, even without the bugs and glitches, I did have one great glitch happen where I was just walking down the street, and I think I sent it to you in Hunter Biggs, where I was just walking down the street, and it's like, oh my gosh, that car just crashed into somebody. And it's not like it just kind of barely drove into somebody. It's like the car was thrown by God onto that person.
I remember that now. I was like, wasn't there a game they just came out with that everyone's shitting on because it's so bad? And it reminds me a lot of Cyberpunk when it first came out.
a lot of those things.
No, it was like supposed to be like a pretty big title, and it was awful.
Well, didn't it come out on PlayStation?
Might have been.
They're running out of ideas.
Sweet. So
Well, if it came out on PlayStation, there's your answer. What's bad?
Well, I wouldn't say that because I think they've made some of the best games recent. Well,
I'm just
not recently, but
Wolverine's about to come out
yeah,
is it?
I hope it's good.
in 20
I've
years
heard-
from now.
It's like, cause I heard they were making it, and then I heard nothing. In fact, Killing Floor 3 will be cross-platform, so I can just get it on Xbox.
Nice.
I just like playing on controller and being able to hop on and get my achievements and talk to people. I do have a PC. I do own one. I built it. Well, yeah, I built it.
Mind's Eye. That's what it was called.
I have a PC. Built it with help. Don't play games on it really.
Yeah, that Mind's Eye. Everyone was shitting on it because it's so bad.
I don't even know if I've heard of that one.
It's probably better that way.
I remember a clip of that game where it's just like, oh hey, run into that guy, and it just turns him into spaghetti. Like it gets all stretched out, and messed up, and it's just like, oh, okay, only if you hit this one dude with a car, great.
Yeah, like
It's after a mission.
I saw a clip like he's like trying to like jump out of a car and it won't let him. The car comes to a complete stop and then he just gets out.
I've noticed PlayStation has had to do quite a couple of refunds for some of their first party titles.
Yeah.
Because Concord? That... I don't even think that game's available anymore.
How do you know what that is?
It was another hero shooter.
Hmm.
And
That was a very bad hero shooter that came out.
yeah,
I don't remember what
I
it's
think it
called.
was only. I think it was
It was
only
out
out
for
for like
not. It was like 3 days, I thought, and it was like gone.
yeah. So I think it was Concord.
Yeah, that's it. It literally came out for like 3 days and immediately cut the servers.
And what's bad is I think the team that worked on that, they were originally supposed to make an Infamous 3.
Thomas is Infamous Throne too.
Hey, no.
Just fucking add that, man.
Yeah, I've not had that gamer tag in years.
Dare bring up his past like that.
He's a changed man.
Okay, man, I'm awesome 56. I see how you are.
He's evolved to private parts.
The deluxe edition of Killing Floor. Anything good?
Yeah, I forgot Killing Floor was coming out with another one.
I did too.
I don't know what reminded me to think about that.
I forgot about it as well, but I mean, hey, it's coming out soon if y'all want to play it.
Definitely be down.
Watch some gameplay of the beta right now, and it's something. I don't know, dude. At least it's not the finished game. Just looks a whole lot slower paced.
I mean, the original, like the Killing Floor 2 was pretty slow.
I don't know if that, hold on.
Getting
As
a
long
little
as I get my single shot explodey pistol, I'll be all right. And my double barrel shotgun that fucking is way overpowered.
I'm looking at just a little bit of stuff on here, and I don't know how I feel about this. A game you have to pay for. but if you purchase the Elite Nightfall Edition, you know, you get your pre-order stuff. Year 1 Premium Nightfall Supply Pass access, 4 supply passes. That sounds like a battle pass to me right off the bat.
And every game has one now.
I know,
like
but I
the
don't
battle
like it.
pass.
That's something. That's something else. I'm not a big fan of. Is just especially battle passes and
every
games
game
you have
has
to
a
pay
battle
for.
Yeah. It should
Yeah,
come
if it-
free with your Xbox, dude.
Well, literally, if it's something that like okay, like if it's achievement based, like if I achieve certain goals and stuff, then I unlock these things. Cool, but don't make me pay a separate $20 every 3 months
Mhm.
to be able to get those things, and then you sprinkle. Oh, here we'll give you a few free things every now and then.
I liked it with games where if you wanted to get some of the cool stuff and whatnot, you had to actually play the game and enjoy it. Now, oh hey, buy the battle pass.
Yeah.
Now if you just throw $100 at it, you get all the everything.
Yeah, and that's
I
the
was
thing
so
is like even if you buy the battle pass, then you can like just buy the levels if you want.
I can't
Or
say much. I just bought a $100 version of bundle on Valorant.
Crazy.
that is outside of
Yeah.
your mind. That's crazy.
I debated.
I'll,
Yeah, to me.
I just don't
That's-
I don't like Valorant enough. First of all, but Jesus Christ, I can't think of a game. I mean, a few games
I
I've
also
spent that much money
spent,
on.
like $100 on a Siege bundle.
Did it go up that high?
Dude, it was 7,000 credits.
Jesus.
jeez.
I think the worst as far as in-game currency stuff I got was the most bad off on is when I got into the 2K. No, when I got into 2K for a little while, I spent some money on some VC there for a little bit.
Yeah.
Just because it was taking so long to freaking get my character any good in career, so I was just like, I'm just gonna buy some credits.
Yeah, that game's pay to win. I hate that.
Trying to think of what all I've spent money on because I've.
I mean, I've spent some on Apex, but most of the time, I mean, I would buy the battle pass and I would use the coins from that. There was a few times I just bought coins for stuff, and those was just specific skins I wanted.
I've spent like $500 on GTA Online, buying money on there.
Golly.
I've spent double
Well,
amount of money.
I cheated on GTA 5 because some cheater gave me like $72 billion.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, it's like it wasn't even my choice. He just dropped the money bag on my head, and then all of a sudden I have $72 billion. I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
It's like Hulk giving that one guy a taco, except for it's just a big lump sum of
Yeah,
cash.
it's just a giant, yeah, just a big old bag of cash. I'm like, dropped a nuke on my head, and it was just money.
Here, big dog, you look like you need this.
You look like
Okay.
you need this.
You're struggling out here in these streets. Let me help you out.
Thing I paid for was and like I said, I work with kids, and I have to explain this to them because they cannot comprehend this. Because you know how Fortnite now it has like the chapters and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Because I paid for the battle pass for Fortnite Chapter 3, or not Chapter 3, Fortnite Season 3, which had the Reaper skin, and then I paid $100 just to get the end level skin, because I didn't want to play Fortnite that much, I just thought the skin was cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I regret that, I don't play
No
Fortnite,
way.
I hate Fortnite, but,
now Fortnite's in Marvel Rivals.
yeah,
They got Groot.
now but it's great, because I have to explain to kids, like, oh, when did you last, because they mention Fortnite, it's like, you know what Fortnite is? Like, yeah, I used to play it. Oh, when did you play it? Oh, I played it in Season 3. Like, Chapter 5, Season 3? No. just
Grandpa.
Season 3.
I played when the game came out, little boy.
Pretty much.
Dude, when the game came out, it was actually pretty fun.
Yeah.
I'll
So
give 'em
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And then it got very bad, and then
I've-
even worse.
I've bought one Fortnite skin, and it was the Eivor and Ezio. It was like a bundle.
I remember you having that.
And
I have spent way too much money on every video game
Ethan
I've played.
Ethan gifted me Captain America one time. So those are like the only 2 skins I have, other than ones I think I bought the battle pass for one of these seasons when I was playing with Nick and them for a little bit, and so I've got some of those skins. But
I had a goal at one point to collect every Peely skin in that damn game, and then it just started doing more and more, and then went just in the battle pass now, and they added it to the shop, and I was like, I'm not spending this much money.
yeah,
They knew your challenge, and they were like, all right, bet.
yeah,
They played your bluff.
That damn banana.
Now Peely's in every one of the cutscenes
Yeah.
for every
Mhm.
season now.
Brother has an audience. A fucking banana has an audience.
Yeah,
I mean, listen, we still make comments about Evan saying he'll put a banana in someone's closet, so
I do that. That's not even a joke. I
just
just
love, like-
put bananas.
like 2 of the main characters in Fortnite are Peely and Jonesy.
And the regular default motherfucker.
Yeah,
That looks like Tfue.
looks like who?
But- Tfue, the really skilled gamer. Twitch, YouTube, Kick, everything. He streamed on everything. He used to do trick shots in Fortnite. And then he got banned for exporting glitches that launched him across the map.
hell yeah.
They do that every now and again.
Yeah, I am way out of touch with some of that.
Yeah.
Mr. Season 3 over here.
I got to enjoy Fortnite when it was fun, but I will say I also blame Fortnite a little bit for the increase in tryhards in any sort of competitive game.
Oh, 1000%.
Yeah.
Because it's just, it used to be, hey, we can hop on, we can play, we can have fun, Halo Reach multiplayer. Heck yeah, we have a great time, and now it's just any
Sorry
game.
for armor locking.
I forgot that guy existed. What was his name? Like Bryce or whatever?
Yeah, something like that. They call me Bryce I. I'm the king of COD. Yeah. Sorry, I had to remember another song that he sings. I'm a boss. I'm a quick scope, no scope. Don't you know I do it all? Now it's stuck in my head.
Where are we going, son?
Never heard that. So
Why the hell
Oh,
is it?
it was great.
He was actually really good at making parodies.
Yeah,
Those songs are good, like really good.
that was
Like,
another
pretty
good time
sure-
of. That was another good time of YouTube where it's just all the parody songs and whatnot.
Like, do they even make parodies anymore? Like, did they die? Where are they?
Well, they make them a little bit, but it's not as much.
yeah, I mean TikTok, they're still everywhere.
Apparently, he's still
That's why we get
posting on.
that's how we get gems like armadillos keep digging little holes in my backyard.
But now a lot of the parody songs now are just AI songs.
Oh yeah, fucking AI songs crack me up though.
Drowning
Oh,
in the pool. Was it you, Evan, or who found that fucking Adventure Time
I did.
AI bullshit song? That goes way
I
too
found it
hard for
because
no
I was
damn reason.
literally just I went down a rabbit hole of just song and it was like Adventure Time rap. I was like, sure, we'll play it, and it's actually really good.
it the voice is incredibly AI, but you can
Oh yeah, it's bad. Like it's
Yeah.
bad, but it's such a good song or rap.
Apparently, Bryce made his last thing he made and uploaded was 3 years ago.
Yeah. Because he made Deadpool, didn't he? Or someone else made Deadpool. Was that Team Headkick?
that was Team Kid. Yeah.
Team Headkick. Yeah, and it was actually in the Deadpool movie, which is pretty cool.
The The fact that you can make a song as a joke and then say, "Hey,
Hey, it's
actually
in the
a
real
fucking
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick.
Oh, got me going down this rabbit hole looking up old
Yeah.
YouTubers and whatnot.
Popular MMOs got arrested earlier this year.
For
Oh,
what?
Minecraft. Let me see. I think it was drug paraphernalia, DUI, and trying to evade police, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he did. He went crazy.
Yeah. And wasn't it the year before last? It was domestic.
Yeah, he went down a rabbit hole once him and Jen divorced or broke up.
Yeah, I remember watching him as a kid too, and then
Yeah, it
hearing
was
that.
cool.
He used to be.
Yeah. Speaking of which, y'all remember, I think it was like a year or so ago, how the, y'all know the highest round reach on like Kino Dare and Toten, I think, in Call of Duty
Hmm.
Zombies? The guy that did it, Syndicate?
Yeah.
Apparently that whole run was faked.
Really?
Yeah, because I remember watching that video, or watching those videos, and it was like the coolest thing ever. I'll let it come out now, 10 years later. Oh yeah, it was all faked. Because somebody re-looked at it and it's like, wait a minute.
Whoa, 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 hey.
Doing the fucking Leonardo DiCaprio the. Hey, wait a second.
Essentially. So, Biggs, you got anything, or did you accidentally mute yourself?
No, I'm still here.
Okay.
We were trying to get those high rounds on zombies, and I was just not that guy and kept getting up to like round 30 and then dying.
I like how
Yeah.
you say that, because I remember struggling to get to like round 8.
Thomas, do you not remember the time that me, you, and my brother were playing that last time? We made it to round like 50 something, but then you had to get off, so you went off, and then we made it to round like 70.
What? Which game is this?
Black Ops 2, we were playing Buried. We were all camping next to Jug, but you had to get off.
Oh
Because
shit!
it was like 2, 3 in the morning.
And we were in that jug room.
Dude, me and my brother made it around like 70, and we're like, we didn't even die either. We left because it was like 4 in the morning and we're dying. Because it got so boring after a while. It was just us sitting there doing nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know how
Oh.
people get those fucking rounds.
I remember
They
making
just
it.
They have to like pause like during solo or something and just go do other things and then
Yeah.
come back later.
I remember like getting to like round like 12 or 13. I'd be like, hell yeah.
Reaching double digits was a milestone. I don't know why, just for some reason the mention of the getting to high rounds and how hard zombies seemed at the time does not relate to zombies, but goes to. I remember there's a Easter egg in Halo Reach where there's a certain mission where you gotta defend like some underground bunker while Halsey's getting some stuff set up or whatever. And you gotta play through that on Legendary, get to a certain point, have a jetpack off the map and press a certain button, and it opens up a secret door that you go in and you can read like a bunch of files and stuff, and one of the files is mentions like Blood Gulch from Red vs. Blue. And I remember me and Hunter, it took us, I think we worked on getting that for about 8 hours.
Jesus.
Yeah, I think we had to take a break at some point, but it was just, it was
Yeah,
insane.
the round based things, like if you're trying to get really high things, like for me, I just get so tired after like when it's like just doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over. I'm just stuck there.
Yeah.
Because I just had a weapon with infinite ammo and it just slowly killed zombies. So you just sit there doing nothing.
Paralyzer.
Yeah.
You get one motherfucker with the Reagan Mark II and another one with the LMG, and they're just springing down that corridor. And
Sound like his PTSD kicked in there for a second.
Because it's no longer about the adrenaline of what round are we gonna get to. It's like, when is this gonna be over?
When are we gonna leave?
Yeah.
Are we gonna leave? We got stuff to do.
2 in the morning and I got work tomorrow.
Yeah, it's like it's 3 a.m. We're on around like 50. So I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to play much longer. He's like, all right, see y'all. And then we played till like a little longer, and they're like, yeah, he got the right idea.
Yeah, I was just. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to play much longer. Why not? I gotta be up for work in 3 hours.
Literally, I close my eyes, I gotta wake up. So, but we made it to round 50. Let's go. Yeah, why are you so tired? Round 51. Round 50.
Yeah, I got some prison drama if you want to hear about that. From work.
You say,
Sure, run it up.
oh,
Sorry, sure, yes.
You say
So-
remember prefaces. Did you say prison drama?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So since I work at a sewer plant behind a prison,
Gotcha.
I get to hear the inside scoop of everything that goes on up there. New warden, Big Boss hasn't touched the trustees at all until,
Isn't that a good thing?
yeah, like, because they're normally, like, trusted. They're about to get out, whatever, go on parole, or they're on flat time and just about to be set free.
I was making a. Never mind.
Oh, wait.
There you go.
Oh, no, they get touched daily, don't worry.
Huh?
Okay.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, I get to hear about that. Whenever they come in from outside, they have to booty butt naked, bend over. Okay, y'all.
I'm all booty butt naked.
Why did you have to explain it like that?
I mean,
Don't make it. Bend over, call.
Not just the booties, but their butts as well.
And believe it or not, they're naked.
But yeah, the warden hasn't messed with any of those guys until one of them just decided to overdose.
Oh.
Yeah. And then he was like, all right, whole building drug test. Now, 120 people in a day get hit with a random ass drug test in a prison, and a quarter of them fail.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
Yeah. Some of them are like kind of suspicious because they have like a faint line on their indicator test, and the other ones that are like positive, like there's this one guy that didn't seem like a bad guy. I saw him every once in a while. He tested positive for everything under the sun.
Gee.
Yeah, I was not aware of this. I didn't see him often, but whenever I did, he seemed like a normal fellow.
He was high as hell.
Amphetamines, fentanyl,
Oh my
you
god.
name it.
Gee. I don't understand how people can mess around with fentanyl. Like that stuff is scary.
Yeah, that's what the guy overdosed on. And
Of course it was.
yeah,
Yeah.
everything's laced with fentanyl nowadays. You want a little bit of weed or Halloween candy,
Yeah,
you know what, you're getting it.
I bought these new shoes. I don't know what they laced them with, but I've been tripping all day.
Ugh. Say fun fact about fentanyl, because I got a Narcan reversal kit, so if somebody's ODing on opioids, I got a nice little thing and just stick up their nose, press the plunger, and it makes them unoverdose. Then you gotta immediately call the ambulance because in about 3 to 4 hours, if that's not all out of their system, they're just gonna start overdosing again. But fentanyl, like a drop of it, like it can get into your bloodstream by just being absorbed through your skin. A drop of it is enough to start overdosing. It's just, I don't understand how they're able to like put that in stuff where people don't OD on it. Just because of how little it is needed to actually just kill you.
I'm pretty sure that's
Gee.
what most people do.
Some people some people are able to do it, but I don't know how they start off with like trace amounts less than a drop of it.
Right.
Because just up here, I've heard of multiple people like having family members and whatnot ODing on fentanyl. Usually it's whenever they come off of, like they go to rehab or something, they come off of it. Yeah, so they're good for like a month or two, and then they decide, hey, I'm just gonna start back where I was before, and it's like enough to kill an elephant.
Mm-hmm. That's why I would be terrified to buy weed the old-fashioned way now. Like, some rando just selling drugs. There's no telling what's in that shit.
Yeah. Especially with how addictive fentanyl is. I know why they try and do it. Is they try like, oh sweet, if we put a little bit of this in here, they're gonna keep on coming back for more.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't feel like you need to do that. Like, they're gonna come back regardless. Unless if you're trying to, like, take somebody out. Then that's... I guess that is one way to do it.
I'm gonna say not all dealers are the most intelligent people. Some of them are very smart. Others just think like, oh hey, I can get a better cash flow by adding this substance where, hey, you need this. Come check it. Come check me out again. And then come by, well, they didn't die this time, so it'll be fun for next time.
But in a business standpoint, you have the potential of killing off your market. That's less cash inflow.
I mean, isn't that how insurance companies work?
Yeah, it kind of.
You could kill your clients if you deny their claim. Yeah, but what if they live and we just get more cash and we don't have to pay out for them?
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Yeah, that's fucked up. How fucked up? It's fucked up.
Very fucked up.
How do y'all feel about a bowling team? High Octavia.
I saw that.
I heard.
Yeah, someone's got to.
Congratulations. Y'all got a
Put me in-
sponsor now.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I think is this the only bowling team with a sponsor?
No.
No.
Oh, the other ones are?
Oh, like almost all of the professionals are sponsored.
No, I meant like where.
In this place, obviously.
Yeah.
That's I don't think anybody else.
I'm saying
That's all.
down at the bowl arena. Yeah, they're the only ones.
Alright, so y'all got sponsored?
Yeah, by the band I'm in.
Nice.
Crazy how that works.
Nice. So what band are you in?
Called High Octavia
Octavia. Okay, what kind of music do they do?
Metal,
Metal.
and I like rock.
Okay.
But we're getting like heavier. Like our older songs are like softer. There's some screams, but now they're gonna be screams.
Okay.
It's gonna be sick.
But are they still like just doing gigs, or have they released anything yet? Like,
They have not released any of their newer songs yet because they're still trying to like record them and do all the editing and stuff still
yeah,
before they post them.
master.
They can already play them live, but
Right.
I was
But
just wondering if they had anything on Spotify or YouTube or anything like that.
they got Oceans and Bliss in the Wind. That's it.
Okay.
But Oceans
So,
is one of my favorite songs, like of all time right now. Really good.
Okay. Oceans by High Octavia.
Yep,
Where all can we find it at?
on Spotify and YouTube and
Okay.
Facebook, kind of, but it's just shorts.
Okay.
Good to know.
So are they working on new stuff to release it? I guess are they trying to get picked up by a label or anything? Or I guess what's the
No,
plan?
they're going independent, so they already chose to go independent, and they're just gonna do all the stuff themselves.
Okay.
Or
Like
those,
the singer, he's really good. He's really smart. He's like a producer and stuff, and like, his job is to like mix music and shit. I'm pretty sure. Other than just the band.
Okay.
That's why he doesn't just do the singing alone. He does editing as well. He does
Yeah,
all the.
he does everything.
Damn.
Okay, so he knows his stuff. He
Yeah.
knows how to get into and make it as independent.
Yeah, he knows everything.
Okay.
He's really smart.
You've been around the business.
Yeah.
Done it once or twice.
Yeah, but it's gonna be sick.
So I guess with y'all being sponsored by them, I guess what does that mean with y'all? You actually get paid to bowl now, or is just hey y'all can get
Basically, we're
Okay.
getting a T-shirt. Let's go.
hell
Getting
yes.
jersey. That's good enough for me.
What's they've been wearing for the past few weeks?
We've been wearing their band shirt. We're getting an actual jersey now with our names on it. and
Oh
stuff.
shit. Okay, I didn't know about that. I thought you were just wearing the band T-shirts. I thought you were joking about the bowling. Like.
No. Like dead ass getting jerseys and everything.
We don't joke around here, Thomas.
Not bad, not bad.
They quit school because of recess. They don't play.
Just like everything else on the internet, we're not allowed to have fun. Everything's all business
Fun?
all the time.
I'm also their merchandiser, by the way. Just to point that out there. Kind of. I sell their shirts at their
Do you make the shirt?
shows. I do not.
What you're saying is you're a glorified roadie.
I'm a glorified roadie. I got perks.
He's the passenger princess for the band.
No.
So they look pretty.
I'm not a passenger. I sit in the back seat. What guitar do you carry on stage and plug in, huh? What color's your guitar?
Tobacco Sunburst.
Okay.
Automaton.
That's a different instrument.
I know.
I own one of those.
I want to, but they're.
That's all I know.
You can get them for like $20.
Oh really? I thought they were like 100. I did not
An
feel like paying
automaton?
that price.
The more sophisticated ones are.
Ah,
Like the more buttons and slides and shit it has on it, the more it costs.
I just wanted the dumb little instrument. It looked goofy as hell.
Get yourself a kalimba. Those are pretty cool.
I bought my baby mom one, and she
also-
just has it in a closet for years.
I have a kalimba. It's
I'm like part-time their mascot, so
Say, what do you mean by that?
they have a witch doctor mascot, basically. So my brother's actually the mascot. He's actually their mascot. And he's like a witch doctor that walks across like the front of the stage while they're playing. No. Okay.
I mean, the rest of the time he does work at a haunted house.
He does do that. But you know, that's why they got him.
Yeah.
It's but it's pretty cool because the witch doctor is gonna look sick as fuck, and he's gonna have like a top hat on with High Octavia's logo. It's gonna be cool. And then
That's
he's
pretty
gonna walk across the stage and like hand it. He's gonna have a cane. He's gonna hand the cane to somebody, and then he's gonna walk on stage and grab like a backup guitar and start strumming the rhythm, while Cody, which is the guitarist, he's gonna change to something else and play like an actual like solo and stuff.
Yeah,
That'll be
that'll be
cool.
cool.
Alright, guys. Thanks for joining us here. We're hopefully dropping this podcast along with the first episode here soon. So check us out on YouTube. Will be the Clocked Out podcast on there. We'll also have a Facebook page set up, so you'll see us there. So the Clocked Out podcast. We also want to shout out High Octavia. Like he said, they're getting their band started up, and They're doing some pretty cool stuff, so check them out as well.
Bye.
Yep. And so, at the end of these podcasts, Biggs mentioned that wanted us to all bring up like, hey, what are we into, like something
Oh,
new
yeah.
for this week or whatever. Yep.
Almost forgot.
Ah, shit.
Yeah, I wanted to remind you of that one.
Oh, I have a good one. I recommend a small, I would guess it's an indie game, but an interesting game to say the least. It's a game called To a T.
Hmm.
I don't know what I expected when I downloaded it, but it's an interesting experience. I'll say that. You're basically a kid stuck in a T pose all the time, and you just live out normal day, like teenage life as a kid that's stuck in a T pose.
No
Kinda-
way.
Kind of like Life is Strange with all the fun teenage angst.
A little bit, yeah,
Okay.
Except for your
but it's
controversial
much
dominant.
more like animated, like character, like style.
Okay.
T-pose. He's just walking around.
So supported, not asserting I'm a dumbass.
Apparently, there's a whole mini game about having to urinate.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
Yeah.
You have your special extra long spoon to eat cereal with.
Heck yeah.
It sounds like a fun time.
I don't got any game. I just be playing Rivals.
So you got any like movies or anything else that you'd recommend? TV shows, books.
Rematch.
Rematch.
That's how
But I'm pretty sure it's a new game, bro. It popped up on the big screen.
Yeah, it's something.
That
Listen, it
is
doesn't
pretty
delay.
fun, though. Rematch is a great game.
It is fun. I've enjoyed it as well.
Soccer game that I can actually get into that's not Rocket League.
Yeah, it's not,
I was out.
and it's not super realistic like FIFA.
Yeah.
So probably my favorite thing was Eric told me about Rematch is, dude, it's like Rocket League but without the cars. So soccer? No, it's completely different. And then Evan
No, it's
streamed it so I
literally
could
just
watch
soccer.
it, and it's literally just a soccer game. Like, this is
It's
not.
literally soccer. That's all it
This
is.
is soccer.
It's soccer if the goalie had, like, super expensive, like, force gloves.
And if
Yeah.
you played like you had walls around you.
So you can't go out of bounds. I guess I'll just go with mine. And I know that last week Thomas mentioned Hearthstone.
I get that.
Yeah, so I will hop in and mention Magic the Gathering. They just did their big crossover with Final Fantasy.
Oh, yeah. I got a movie.
Oh yeah.
It's a military movie that... You remember Sweet Life of Zack and Cody? There was an
Yeah.
actor. The actor, Dylan. He plays in this movie. I forgot what it was called, though. I gotta find it. It's a military movie on a bridge.
One of the Sprouse brothers.
Yeah. Dylan. I'll just look up his name. It's called Aftermath. It's really good.
Never heard of it. Check that out.
Check it out.
I would like to say it's on Netflix, but I'm not sure. But yeah, it's a pretty good movie.
Sounds like a good. Sounds interesting.
Is that Arnold?
Because-
Who?
Arnold?
No.
I'm looking at a different movie.
Terminator?
Yeah.
No, not him. It's got Dylan Sprouse in it.
Ah, okay. about it.
And what were you saying about Magic, Nix?
Oh, I was just recommending Magic the Gathering. Check it out. It's kind of hard to sit down and try and play it, but it's fun. I mostly like the collecting aspect of it. Like, I just like getting the cool little cards. I have spent $600 on Final Fantasy cards. Yeah, my bank account is not happy.
Fuck.
But they have all sorts of other fun crossovers, like Biggs, how we were talking earlier. They got Assassin's Creed cards.
Yeah.
Apparently they did like Transformers at one point, Warhammer. They did Dungeons and Dragons sets.
They have Marvel sets as well.
They just got a lot. So if you're interested in card games or even if you're not interested in card games and just like a certain brand, franchise, IP, series, they might have a set for it.
I started playing like card games with Eric, like not Eric, but Cody, like that. Like it was it's called Lorcana. It was like Magic the Gathering, but with like Disney characters.
I've heard about that, yeah.
Played it for a
Lorcana's
few
so
weeks, and I
Did
quit.
So didn't you get real into it when when y'all were able to play it online and then Disney took off the online play thing?
Yeah, I got real into it. We started going to like this like tournament thing with a bunch of people there, but then everyone stopped going because me and Cody basically killed and beat everyone, and then me and Cody just basically went there and no one was there, so we just versed each other for like 2 hours. Using
Where'd y'all
different
go?
decks
Did y'all go to
there.
Blackthorn?
I don't remember. It was like some kind of like old anime game and place.
Like in Dixon?
Yeah, in Dixon.
Yeah.
That might be it. I don't know.
Had to been Blackthorn.
But we went there and we were playing it. Everyone dipped. So we just versed each other. And the guy who, running the shop.
Blackthorn's still
But it was
open?
pretty fun.
Oh yeah. It's still packed
That's where I
on
got this Charizard fucking thing.
Fridays and Saturdays usually.
I got a Charizard Funko Pop that's cool. I'll show it on.
Saturday mornings used to be the Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments.
Can y'all see this on Discord?
Yeah.
Charizard, this is where I got this from it. It's cool. It's big and it actually stands up.
Nice.
Is that a shot glass? Oh no. Oh no, and it's full. Oh no, I'm just kidding.
Oh no, it's heading for my mouth. Whatever.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can't
God.
stop it.
Oh.
It's pouring another.
Oh my god. The bottle opened again. Oh god. Oh wait, he's not even pouring it in the shot glass.
I'm just drinking
Now the whole bottle is just coming towards me.
Oh no.
Now I'm grabbing my keys.
Oh, yep. For
Oh
legal
no,
reasons,
a
that
red
is a
light.
joke. Oh,
I forgot where the
no.
brakes are.
a mom and her kids.
Yeah. A minivan full of children.
Oh no, a small
On their
dog.
way back, they just won state championship and they're on their way back.
Oh no.
I got a couple of things to recommend. Well, fucking Atrio the Dark Wild. It's a little factory game. But I hate Factoryware, but that shit's fun as hell. For no reason. Also, watched Abraham Lincoln the Vampire Hunter, which I thought was going to be a comedy movie. It was not.
Yeah.
It's actually
remember seeing that a long
actually
time ago.
pretty good movie.
Yeah, I went into it, like, a name like that, this thing has to be, like, a little bit funny, right? It was not. But it was very fucking good for no reason.
Yeah, you were watching that on YouTube, no?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, you were streaming on Discord at the time, I think I remember, and I was like, no, you were at the bowling alley watching it.
Yeah, I was bowling, and in between like throws, I'd just be sitting there.
Yeah, I'm like, are
watching
you watching a movie? And then you, Abraham Lincoln. What?
it. It's free on YouTube. Just gotta watch it with ads.
I have.
Yeah, unless you
Premium.
pay for that. Yeah, must be a shield for YouTube or something.
Haha, poor.
Ha, poor.
Yeah, I'll say it.
All right, so I guess that's our recommendations for the week and such. So, anybody else has any final parting words?
Keep it about data.
We out.
Alrighty.